Hey there guys, it's Aaron here from Push Square, and today I wanted to discuss the Sony lawsuit in which the company is being sued for £5 billion right here in the UK. So I've been reading up on this and I wanted to bring you a quick explainer just detailing all of the facts and why Sony is being sued in the first place. So on August 19th, 2022, a lawsuit was filed against Sony which claimed that they were overcharging customers for games and in-game purchases via the PlayStation Store. The law firm represents just shy of 9 million claimants who allegedly have been ripped off by the gaming giants and could be owed anywhere between £67 and £562 on average per claimant. Those who are potentially eligible for the claim are anyone that has owned a PlayStation and made a purchase via the PlayStation Store over the last 6 years since August 19, 2016. Now you might be thinking, the store's existed for a far longer time than 6 years, and the reason that it's covering just this time frame is because of the Consumers' Rights Act 2015. This bill allowed law firms to represent masses of people who they felt have been treated unjustly by big companies like Sony. Before this point, a lawsuit like this just wasn't possible. So what this lawsuit is claiming is that Sony are strong-arming developers to increase their prices because they have a monopoly of sorts over the PlayStation Store. So to fully understand it, you have to know the ins and outs of the PlayStation Store. So Sony make a 30% commission on any PlayStation purchase, whether that be in a supermarket or on the PlayStation Store. And the reason for this is that Sony are providing a platform to allow publishers to sell their games. Without Sony, without PlayStation, they're losing out in a big market. So of course a lot of you might be aware of this, but if you decided to buy a brand new PlayStation 5 game in a supermarket, you're probably going to be charged anywhere between £60 and £65 on average. Whereas if you go to the PlayStation Store for a brand new AAA PlayStation 5 game, you're talking £70. Now the reason for this is competitive pricing. So let's take a look at supermarkets. If they decided to sell one of Sony's games, they have a choice of where to set the price. Now the reason they might set it a little lower than what's on the digital store is because they have plenty of competition. There's other game stores, there's other supermarkets of which you can buy these games. So if you set the price just a couple of pounds lower, you might be convinced to buy it here rather than there. Then on top of this, however, a store is also trying to convince you to buy many other things. So they're hoping you'll come in, you'll buy the game, but you might also pick up a packet of crisps, a chocolate bar and a juice on your way out. They might be losing money by not selling the game for as much, but they're making that money back with the other purchases you're making in the store. Now compare that to the PlayStation Store, which has no competition whatsoever. If you want to buy a game digitally for PlayStation, there are practically no options outside of the PlayStation Store. What this means is that developers are allowed to increase their rates and sell it for more, because if you want to buy it digitally, what choice do you have? And on top of this, it will also allow the developers to recoup some of that lost profit because of the 30% commission. Okay, so you might be thinking, yeah, that's a bit weird. Why are we being charged more for this? And can you expect a cheeky payday down the line? Well, the thing is, and I kind of hate to burst your bubble, but this is an incredibly difficult lawsuit to win on the side of the claimant. For one, you're going to have to prove that Sony are deliberately strong-arming developers to increase the prices to make more money from the digital store. And it's really hard to say that they're doing that when everyone else is doing it. I mean, look at Microsoft and Nintendo on the eShop and the Microsoft Store. It's the exact same case. It's more expensive there than it is in the shops, and they charge a 30% commission as well. So Sony isn't doing anything different there. Secondly, it's hard to say that Sony are increasing the prices or causing the prices to be increased when it doesn't set the prices. That's down to the publishers. So in a case like this, it's going to be incredibly difficult to win if it even goes ahead, which at this point it hasn't actually been approved. So even if it does go ahead, you're talking years before we see any kind of resolution. But that is really everything you need to know about it. Of course, if you have any other questions, let me know down below and I'll try my best to answer them, or at least find an answer for you. I'm not going to claim that I'm any kind of law expert. But as always, thank you everyone for watching the video. If you'd like to see more PlayStation based content just like this, and gameplay and reviews and previews and the likes, then remember to subscribe to us right here on Push Square. See you next time.